What up guys, it's FanService Renji, and let's talk about the lowlife that pretended to be a cosplay photography assistant just so he can scam girls into sending him nudes. Unfortunately for this walking piece of crap, he chose the wrong photographer to name drop and totally got exposed earlier this week. Out of all the photographers that he could have chose to name drop in the cosplay scene, he chose Martin Wong. Really dude? Martin Wong? He's like one of the best, if not the best photographer in the cosplay scene. At some point, the news of this scam would get back to him, and it did. Earlier this week, Martin Wong exposed this creep that was pretending to be his photography assistant. For those of you that don't want to read the whole conversation, it pretty much said this. The guy's name was Brett Johnson. Brett claimed to be Martin's photography assistant and said it was his job to scout out new talent for Martin to shoot. Before they could shoot, Brett requested that the girl send him nudes. That way he can go over the pictures and review what Martin and him would be working with. Martin takes his information and posts it on his Facebook. He asks everyone to share to raise awareness of the situation that's going on. Not only did that tarnish his name, it made other photographers and videographers look bad as well. A day goes by, a couple hundred shares later, best believe Brett is feeling the heat. Brett finally makes a statement claiming that his phone was hacked at a restaurant when he went to the bathroom. So Brett's trying to tell us that he got up to go to the bathroom and left his phone on the table. Then a random person came by and hacked his Facebook. This random person also happened to have extensive knowledge of the cosplay community. They also happened to know Martin Wong. And finally they knew a specific girl to ask for nudes from? Come on bro, that's a bit much. How long were you in the bathroom? Did you take a dump so hard that it splashed up and hit you in the back? You were so filthy that you had to go home and shower? You were too embarrassed to go out the front door, so you climbed out the bathroom window, jumped in your car, drove home, showered, and then came back and found your phone? Were you having a baby? Were you in labor for 16 hours and the baby finally popped out and you wanted to cut the umbilical cord yourself so the doctor rushed you to the hospital, but then you ended up biting the umbilical cord with your mouth? Like, what happened? Why were you gone so long that someone could hack your phone and find out all this information that you claim that they have posted? We need answers, bro. A couple days go by, Brett finally reaches out to Martin with an apology and a confession. Instead of being vengeful about this for Brett tarnishing his name, Martin turned this negative into a positive. He had Brett publicly apologize for his wrongdoings, he had Brett apologize to the girl that he was trying to get news from, and he also had Brett donate $1,000 to Planned Parenthood to make this world a better place. Much respect to Martin Wong, because that was a very awesome way to handle the situation. Me, on the other hand, if someone tarnished my name like that, I don't think I could have been as mature. I would have told this dude to smash his man bits in a hot George Foreman grill and pour Tapatio hot sauce on it afterwards. Lucky for Brett, Martin's a good guy. Most importantly though, Martin used this situation to raise awareness of some of the really crappy things that are happening behind the scenes in photography. I've heard about a lot of creepy photographers that have tried this, but this is the first time I've heard someone pretend to be an assistant. Let me re-emphasize a few things Martin was trying to clarify in his original post. He does not have a scout or any representative for his photography. He does not ask models to send him nudes. Everything this Brett Johnson person has done is unacceptable. Finally, not only does this tarnish his image, it also damages the relationship between models and photographers. Please note that it is not common for photographers to ask the models to send them nudes. And once again, I'll post links to all the information that are referenced in the description box below in case you want to read more, or y'all just don't believe me and think I'm making this stuff up. Sadly, this happens way too often in the cosplay community. It's not limited to just photography either. I've heard of DJs letting girls dance on stage. I've heard of vendors letting cosplayers be their booth babes. I've heard of con chairs letting people be guests, all so they can have a chance to ask these girls or guys for sexual favors. People get called out in the cosplay community all the time. We hear about the problems, but we never hear about the resolution. In the case of this video though, it was nice to see that it got resolved. Martin calls this dude out, then a couple days later this dude confesses to his wrongdoings. That doesn't happen. With that said, I believe Martin has resolved this situation to his liking. No need to reach out to Brett Johnson. I'm sure he has enough hate mail to last him 10 lifetimes. Thank you so much for watching. I'm FanService Renji, and I'll see you guys next time.